us the nitty-gritty of what is happening in that board at the moment. And he also will tell us the secret behind the pharmaceutical world. So we have a lot to talk about today on Sounds of Time. My guest this wonderful morning is Pastor Funsho Ishola. You're welcome, sir, to our Sounds of Time.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on the show today because we've been looking for a way to get you on the show, but thank God we're having you on the show today. All right, let's kick start the conversation and let's talk about you personally before we go into what you are at the moment as the chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Welfare Board. Yes, you're an accomplished pharmacist, and looking at what is happening at the moment in the pharmaceutical world, how will you rate it?
Pharmacy is growing every day, growing in leaps and in bounds.
All right.
And pharmacy holds an important position in healthcare delivery in Nigeria and throughout the world. And that is why we should do everything possible to encourage pharmacy practice, to regulate pharmacy practice, and do more on checking the influx of fake drugs. Fake drugs is destroying the health system. And the challenges are there for everybody to, to curtail. We thank God for the government is doing its best in the terms of regulation, but the government can still do more. The government can still do more. The quacks in the profession.
I was about to ask that.
Yes, the quacks in the profession are worsening the situation. The society is very ignorant. Any patent medicine shop like this is a pharmacy. Anybody that put on a white something, they say this is a doctor. It is ignorance, and as a result, these quack, practitioners, they are having field day, and that is contributing health challenges to the populace at large, because they don't care. They will sell anything, and even at any price. And most of them, they undersell, the pharmacies. So, as a result, many people will rush because of the economic situation. They will prefer to go to them rather than go to standard hospital whereby they will carry out, standard tests, determine what is wrong with them and make, appropriate recommendation. They will prefer to go to, they call them sabojo,
Right.
Which to them is cheaper, but in the long run, more expensive. Many lives have been lost through that kind of ignorance and should be checked.
Well, I might be right to call you Farmer Ishola, apart from being a pastor, because I know every pharmacist, they always call themselves farmer this, farmer that. But let's look at this. You talk about the fake drugs, and it's becoming alarming, not only in Nigeria, but as world at large. As an industry of yours, which you've been there for decades, what do you think should be done to, I know it can't be totally removed, but what can we do to eradicate or reduce this madness that has become something else?
It could be reduced, just like you said, it may not be eradicated. All that we need is that all those regulations, rules and regulations that government have put in place, let them be activated. You see? Let them be enforced. Let them be enforced. Before they bring in any goods from outside, they have the standard way of testing them.
Right.
The laboratories are there, but are they actually testing them? Some drugs come in without being tested. Before you say Jesus is the Lord, they have sold them. I know of some people, some unscrupulous people.
All right.
They will go abroad, and they will tell the manufacturer, this paracetamol must contain 500 milligram of paracetamol, but put 100 milligram.
It's coming to Nigeria. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Just put that so that it will reduce the cost that is going to pay there. In the first instance, it's not a pharmacy, so it doesn't care. So it doesn't know. He may even know the implication of such thing, but the money that is going to accrue to him is most important to him. And before you know it, that kind of drug will come in untested. It won't get to laboratory because he has bought his way along the line. So the rules and the regulations are there. All that is necessary is for it to be enforced. The moment somebody knows that you cannot just bring in this good without being cautioned, he won't try it because he knows the moment he was caught, the moment he's caught, that drug will be confiscated and he himself will be charged. It's activating the rules and regulation. The rules and regulation is very clear. But who is going to activate them?
Wow.
Who is going to put, into practice? Who is going to execute them? That is the problem. Nigeria has made very good laws in every sector. It's not particular to pharmacy alone. You have all these bad eggs in every
sector.
The laws are there to regulate the practice, but the courage to put it into action is the problem.
All right, because we don't want to talk about pharmacy alone. You have another assignment that the government of today has given onto you, and I know that you're doing it very well. Well, we're still celebrating our Governor Ademola Adeleke.
Yes.
2 years of wonderful achievement so far. It's something that everybody will see and know that, yes, this one that they call dancing governor is dancing to achievement. All right, I'm performing to achievement. Let's look at you as a chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Welfare Board. How has it been so far since your inception? And before you talk about that, how has it been before your arrival? And how has it been the last 2 years now?
Let me first of all thank the Almighty God for giving us Governor Ademola Adeleke as the governor of Osun State. We should give God that glory. Because if God has not given us Governor Ademola Adeleke, we'll be saying something else. Because, in fact, our distinguished Senator Ademola Adeleke, ó dàbí ẹni tí àròkó lè pàgọ́ bí eré ó wá di aláruru, ó tẹ̀ wá kọjá aruru, ó wá di aláàfin. Praise the Lord. So we thank God for giving us, because He is doing beyond the expectation of ordinary. We thank God for His life. Now, before we got there, at the Osun State Pilgrim Board, virtually there was no board. Virtually for the past 12 years or thereabout. I learned that at a point they appointed somebody as a chairman without members, without cabinet. So the whole place was in shanty. The whole place is
like a vacuum.
A great vacuum. But by the grace of God, when our excellent governor, His Excellency Ademola Adeleke, came on board, he instituted the board both for the Muslim and the Christian, and we hit the ground, running. One great achievement of His Excellency again is that religious harmony that is reigning in Osun State. The kind of coexistence between the Muslims and the Christians is wonderful. You will never, for the past 2 years, hear of any acrimony between one Christian or the other. There is a kind of committee of
synergy
of Christian and Muslim that they have put some rules and regulations that can cause, that can curb religious conflict. For instance, if you have a mosque in a place, it is a rule that you cannot come and build your church, for a particular distance near that mosque. And vice versa for the church too.
All right.
That has removed a lot of friction, Then also, in Yoruba, we are all, one family,
Irrespective of the
or
religion.
whatever religion. For instance, take my own for instance. I'm from a Muslim background.
Wonderful.
Yes, by the grace of God, today, even among my siblings, almost all of us have become Christians. Some have become pastors. Some have become evangelists. All to the glory of God. So, while we are now wage war against my brothers or sisters who are in the other religion, for what reason? So we thank God for that harmony that is happening in between the Muslim and the Christian in Osun State. To God be all the glory. Now, since we came on board, by the grace of God and by the power of our excellent governor, because he's helping us, there is no request that we bring to His Excellency when it is within the budget limit of the state that he doesn't grant. For instance, the chapel, when you get there now, you see what I'm talking about. In fact, I will have preferred that one day you just take your camera and visit us.
Don't worry, we'll come
Because
there. We'll come there.
seeing is believing. The chapel whose foundation has been laid many, many years ago, when you get there today, you'll be surprised. In fact, it's one of the projects that His Excellency is going to commission anytime from now.
Wow.
Anytime from now. Then other projects like a guest house for pilgrims that can also bring money into the coffer of the government is also in the pipeline. So he's doing everything possible to encourage us and to, make us to achieve. Our governor is a very wonderful governor. And, that kind of peace that we have between our Muslim brothers, we do interact with the pilgrims, Muslim pilgrims board, we exchange views, it's wonderful.
All right, talking about bills, it just came to my mind now. We know some past governors, they subsidize pilgrimage and all this and all that. What is the governor doing to make sure that comes to reality again?
Yes, it is in the pipeline. You can see the gigantic projects that our governor is putting up. And is touching every sector. You can see the physical infrastructural development everywhere. Nooks and crannies. In fact, anybody that is coming to Osogbo in the recent times will miss his way.
Yeah.
He will have to ask, are you sure I'm in Osogbo?
Yeah.
He will be asking himself. And not only in those infrastructural development alone. Look at the health sector. More than 350 basic health centers have been completed within 2 years.
It's fantastic.
Look at the pensioners, look at the staff welfare packages. So, he's doing wonderfully well. That is making everybody happy. Everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. And to God be all the glory.
Now, let's look at, there's no way that you have such board that you won't have challenges and
Yes, you asked about the sponsorship of pilgrims.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Those projects that I've mentioned earlier on,
all right,
they take priority over, sending people to Jerusalem or to Mecca.
all right.
And that, when we presented our demand for sponsorship, he told us very frankly that this year,
because of all the
projects that we can see, is not going to embark on such projects, either to Jerusalem or to Mecca. But trusting God, when the situation we have taken, achieved a lot in infrastructure. Religion is also very important. Prayers are very important, no doubt. But we should have to be patient. Patience is
the word. All right, Pastor.
In spite of that, people are still going to Jerusalem. They are going to Mecca.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Oh,
People
yes.
are sponsoring themselves.
Yeah, God is still blessing a lot of people.
Yes.
But we hope that.
So those are part
Amen
of those are part of our own duty. Whoever that is sponsoring himself to Jerusalem, it is our responsibility to make sure that whatever arrangement that we put in place for such a person to have a successful journey to and fro, to Jerusalem, is our responsibility. And we cannot do that without the support of the government.
All right, I'm just looking at, it's been 2 years now, and definitely there's going to be some challenge. I know you've mentioned a lot of your achievements, which is beautiful and which is interesting. I know a lot of Nigerians, especially in Osun State now, will be saying, wow, so the Christian Pilgrim Board is alive again, which I'm happy as well. So, but there's going to be some challenges. What has been the challenge?
Number one challenge we have is that it appears we have an ambitious program.
All right.
For instance, the guest house I was talking about, which government have told us that come next year,
they'll see to it.
You will take it up.
All right.
Because if we're able to complete that guest house, it will be, if we provide comfort for intending pilgrims. Apart from that, people from outside can come, and take accommodation at a very reduced price.
All right.
So it's in a way a great development.
But looking at that project that you just said, how long is that project going to take? Because what you're saying, it's a capital. It is
capital
intensive.
When money is available, project don't take time.
Wow. Well, it's been a very nice time talking with Pastor Ishola, the chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Board. We've been looking at what the achievement has been so far, especially with the Christian Welfare Pilgrim Board, and he has been able to tell us some of the achievements they've achieved so far, talking about that edifice of the building that he's talking about, and also very soon we'll start seeing some beautiful guest house, and the indigents of Osun State will also enjoy the privilege of going to Jerusalem come next year, God willing, and we hope that that will come to pass. Let me just use that. I want to go to Jerusalem.
If you want to go to Jerusalem, the first thing you do is tell God, God, I want to go to Jerusalem. And he's the only one that can make way where there's no way. The moment God answers your prayer, it means it has answered the prayer of people that want the government to sponsor people to Jerusalem.
All right, it's been a fantastic time talking with a pastor, a pharmacist, and also the chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Welfare Board. Has been able to let us know what they've been doing in that section for the last 2 years. And we hope that by the next 2 years and probably the next 4 years, we will see how organized.
Next 6 years.
Yes, next 6 years.
Because it is in Mallet in 2030.
All right. We'll see how that will go, and we hope that Imala will still keep going on and doing all this wonderful project in Osun State. I want to say a big thank you once again for coming over to Sounds on Time. Well, let me just let you know that the chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Board did not come alone to the studio today. He came with some of his entourage. Yes, we have the secretary of the Osun State Christian Pilgrim Welfare Board with us in the studio, Pastor Sunday Babawale, and also we have the director of finance. That's where the money is when it comes to Christian Pilgrim Board. We have Deaconess Adeleke Olawuyi. I want to say a big thank for making sure that the chairman of the Christian Pilgrim Board, Welfare Pilgrim Board, is here with us today. I hope when we call you, when all this achievement that you have been talking about keep coming up, you come up to Sands of Time to let us know what this wonderful governor has been doing for you.
Anytime you call us, by God's grace, we are available.
All right, that's our show today on Sands of Time. Join me same time next week when I bring you another interesting personality on Sands of Time. My name is David Ojo. Keep a date with us next week. I'm saying bye for now. Sound of Time, an inspirational program that captures insightful contributions of the guest personality within professional fields and politics to motivate the youth. Sound of Time also peeps into footprints of captains of industries who have made their marks in their chosen profession. Join David Ojo every Tuesday morning between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on OSBC TV channel 32, Star Times on 113, and Free TV. You can also join in our various social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Sound of Time, a roadmap to inspiring young professionals.